Hey guys, I'm Anna White. Thank you so much for all the support you're showing us on our off-the-grid cabin build. It's been a lot of fun. We've actually been prepping for many months for this project. And one of the things that we did is we cut a timber frame package ourselves here at our shop, and we'll take those timbers down to the cabin and erect them. When we were cutting the timbers, we needed some really sturdy sawhorses that would hold up the timbers. So my husband just said, Anna, can you go make me some sawhorses? And this is what I came up with. I especially love this design because it's extremely sturdy. It's extremely easy to build. It's cross braced this way, so if you're putting force back and forth, it's never going to wobble out on you. And it's because the legs are splayed out this way, you've got the same thing going on where your sawhorse is never going to start wobbling on you. So I love this design. It's crazy easy to build. I'll show you how in this video, so stay tuned. We'll make a sawhorse. This sawhorse is 28.5 inches tall and 32 inches wide. Perfect table height once you add a tabletop. You'll start by taking the small bottom piece and attaching the center support piece. Then you just add the legs, and you'll build 2 of these per sawhorse, and then just 32-inch long 2x4s at the top and on the bottom, and then cross brace with 1x3s. I started by cutting all of my boards according to the cut list. You can get the cut list on my blog. The link is in the description. Then I took my bottom pieces and I marked the center, and then transferred that mark all the way across with my speed square. I did this on both sides, so I also knew where to screw. Once I had my bottom piece marked, I began screwing the center support piece in to kind of make a T-shaped piece. I used 2 2.5-inch self-tapping screws with torque heads, so I didn't need to pre-drill. Now for the legs. I measured up from the bottom of the leg on the short point side 8 inches. You'll notice I'm burning an inch here, so I'm actually going to mark at the 9-inch side. And I use my square to mark all the way across, and I can just line that mark up with the bottom of my bottom support piece and then attach with my leg screws. I put 2 screws per joint here. And then I did the same on the other side with another leg. Then for the top, I attached the legs to the center support piece with 2 screws. I'm working with rough cut lumber, so it's really easy to work with. It's really cheap. And there's 1 leg done. I built 2 legs per sawhorse, and then took my top 2x4s and lined them up at the top. It'll fit in there perfectly if you follow the plan. Then I screwed the top board onto the center support piece with 2.5-inch screws. So here I went to the ground and started working. It was a little bit easier. I repeated the same steps on the other side for the top boards. Sorry about the beeping noise that you can hear in the background. My husband's loading timbers up, and I'm putting my other 2x4 board on the top. I love how the sawhorse, there's a nice wide area at the top. It makes it nice for putting tabletops on it or just working off of it. For a light duty sawhorse, you could just stop here, but I wanted these to be very heavy duty, and 2x4s are so inexpensive. I decided to add another 2x4 support at the bottom. So I just flipped the entire sawhorse over, and I placed my last 2x4 at 32 inches on the bottom. The reason that I went with 32 inches is because you can get exactly 3 32-inch long pieces out of an 8-foot long 2x4. But you could make it any length. Like you could cut those to 48 inches or make them really short at 24 inches. It's a really easy project to customize. The purpose of this board is just to keep the legs from spreading apart. I'm using 2.5-inch screws here. These screws are really awesome. They never split wood. You never have to pre-drill. It's like drilling into butter with them. I was a little bit picky there. My leg wasn't quite lining up with the outside, so
kind of pull that screw, and you'll notice I'm starting the screw in a different location. Okay, now for the cross supports. I'm just going to use 1x3s, and honestly what I did was just cut a 1x3 and place it in place and screw it in place. I didn't even cut that end at an angle. If you wanted to cut an angle, the degree is 18 degrees. It's a little tough getting my drill in there, but I made it work. One cross brace would probably be plenty, but I went ahead and put 2 in just because it looked more balanced and finished, even though these are rough Sawhorses. I just screwed that last cross support in place, and my Sawhorse is all done. I actually ended up making 6 of these Sawhorses, 2 of them at counter height and 4 of them at table height. We really love them, love how they turned out. So easy to make, and it's all inexpensive 2x4s, and the 1x3s are really inexpensive as well, but extremely sturdy and versatile, and I love how they look, and I'm really proud of them. So I hope that you like them too.
Okay, it's your turn now to make your own Sawhorses. If you do build them, please share, please give me some feedback. I'd love to see how yours turns out, what color you paint them, and how you use them. So make sure you tag me. I'm Pound Anna White. And also, if you're building this for your workshop, Pound Build Cave so we can find it.